All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to Galactic Reviews. This week we're going over the latest Mission Impossible movie, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now, I personally haven't seen all of the Mission Impossible movies. I've seen the first two, and then I haven't seen anything after that. I don't think you need to watch them all in order to understand this movie. I think the movie is actually pretty straightforward and to the point, which
hmm
is very nice for people who haven't seen it yet. Um, but I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the first two Mission Impossibles as well, so I wasn't really surprised or disappointed. I would give this movie probably a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed this movie. I didn't have much of any problems with it. I'm trying to think of any problems I would have had with this movie, and I can't think of any off the top of my head at the moment.
Keep going.
Um, all in all, I'm trying to think, was there anything? Well, I'll save like the deeper discussion until after we give just our basic reviews.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I'll let you go next, Payson.
Okay, yeah, because I'm the only one left.
No, no, you see?
Yeah, I'll say I didn't I have I haven't watched any of the Mission Impossible movies. How long are you gonna stay for this time, Andrew?
Ask the internet lords.
Okay. Oh, great Elon Musk.
I should have gotten Starlink.
But yeah, I haven't seen any of the Mission Impossible movies. This is the first one I've seen. I do think having the other Mission Impossible movies watched would probably help in understanding some more of this stuff. Uh, but I overall enjoyed it. I enjoyed a lot of this movie, so I have no complaints about this movie. No legitimate complaints that I could think of off the top of my head. I thought pacing was good. I thought music was well done. I thought all the stunt work was done well. I thought the story was good, and it kind of cut off at a good point for the next one, while kind of making it a standalone to some extent, all by itself. Um,
Yes.
so yeah, I think it did relatively well. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10, and it might go up for me depending on when I see the other movies, because I think that might help in it. But 8.5, something like that. I don't think that's that crazy for like a start off point, considering I haven't seen any other ones. And this is a part one, so it kind of depends on part two on how well this will do, but not to the same extent as some other ones have. So yeah, we'll see.
All right, Andrew, your opinions?
Let me know whenever I need to repeat anything.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, I have seen all of them, but it's been so long. I might as well have not seen any of them. Um, I think I watched the first like couple of them, the first five or so, when I was probably like a freshman in high school. So it's been about 8 years. Henry Cavill's not in this one, so it's immediately 2 out of 10. Um, no, he did a great job in the one he was in. The Mission Impossible, along in the with the Jason Bourne movies in my mind, tend to be kind of like the definition of action movies. They've always got good plots. I mean, they're all both like secret agent movies, but they're not like spy movies the way James Bond is. They're probably the new age James Bond. A little more stunt and action heavy. Yeah, solid 8 out of 10. What did y'all think about that ending? Because I haven't seen the last 30 minutes of it.
Oh, I thought it was I mean, Zach, if you want to go ahead and go, I can wait my turn. We can go in order.
Oh, I mean that's
Oh,
fine.
however, I do think Tom Cruise is getting a little old.
Yeah,
I don't know how
yeah.
much longer he's
Well, he said this is the last one, and it's a
He said,
two-parter.
but,
So,
but he
but
said
saying
he said that about the last one as well.
yeah, I know, but I don't know. He might be trying to just end it on a good note with this one, considering that it seems like a whole bunch of previous cast characters are brought back in for this one. That could just be me seeing something completely different. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any of the other ones, so I could be misreading it. But it seems like he's brought in a whole bunch of older characters in order to kind of give it a tie it off with a bow sort of way instead of just which I'm guessing he didn't do in the last one to the best of his extent. So I'm assuming this is gonna be the last one.
Not as much.
This two-parter is gonna be the last one from what I can best gather.
Now, with the ending, do you want me to spoil the ending or
Do you
Yeah.
care?
okay?
I mean, we can wait a little bit later in the video to spoil the ending, just in case.
Okay.
Okay,
mean,
well then,
It's been
that's
out
fine.
for like a month or two, so I mean, it really doesn't
True.
matter.
That's
True.
fair.
It doesn't matter. Go for it.
All right, so let me think. With the ending,
The ending was they were on the train. Did you get to the part where they got on the train?
Nope.
Okay,
okay,
so
I killed
where'd
off
you leave
my
off? Where'd you
killed
leave
off my
off,
favorite
Benji?
character.
Right after, pretty soon after that big sequence where the entity was misleading him directions.
Oh, you hadn't got to that one part yet.
Okay,
I mean, I
So-
finished that whole scene in that sequence.
Okay, but did you get to the part where they were
Yeah,
on the
but
bridge and
afterwards.
he was fighting what's her face? Mantis.
Yeah.
So did you finish that part?
Yeah, no, I finished the whole part where he's running through Florence and he's too late to the.
Okay,
I don't
okay.
remember exactly where I let off, but that's the
Okay. Because I was like, I don't want to
that's the
spoil
last
the
big
I
part
don't
of
want
it.
to spoil the death for you if you're gonna go back
No,
and
I
watch
got that.
this.
I got that. Nah.
So
I mean, I'm gonna finish it. I just didn't have the time to.
okay.
I got
yeah.
interrupted during my watching.
Yeah. So basically, they hatch a plan. They give Haley Atwell's character, so I think her name is Grace, if I'm not mistaken. They give her character a way in or a way
Or-
out, kind of like they did were seemingly for the rest of these characters that are on the Mission Impossible team.
It's called The Choice, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and they give her that option, and she then decides to help them get the two keys back, and they go through with it. And the lady that has the other key is on the train. Am I reading this right, Zach? The lady that has the other key is on a train that's going to meet this who they think is
Yes.
the entity guy, and all that stuff. So, and I think it's the blonde lady that you see during that whole sequence or whatever. And so they get on there, and then they find out
Yes,
that
the
she
gun
was meeting
smuggler.
the CIA guy in the beginning instead of the entity guy. And they find out like he was gonna get the other key and possibly try to use it for USA purposes, I guess. I don't know.
It wasn't really defined
It's not really
specifically. It
defined much so
was
as the next guy. The other guy is the guy who meets the I think his name is Gabe or something. I don't remember the evil guy's name is. Gabe. He meets the head guy that like had the meeting with the CIA agent and all those other generals and stuff at the beginning of the movie. He is meeting with the evil guy to get him in like a sort of a agreement or a camaraderie, if you will, of him joining forces and getting the key and unlocking it, using it to like create a one world power sort of thing, if I'm not mistaken. And Gabe and the way he gets in is by saying like he knows where the location of the sunken sub is. And so he tells Gabe, well, that was stupid, because then Gabe then kills him because he realizes he's the only one that knows where it is. And then he goes and kills the Mantis lady. He stabs her in the stomach because he finds out from the entity, so I believe, that he was going to tell that she was going to tell Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt, all the stuff, and yeah, needless to say, train scene occurs. Everything goes down. Things don't go according to plan. Make a long story short, without going into too much detail, because Zach's already kind of looking at me like you've gone into too much detail already. Basically,
Little.
yeah, a little. So essentially, Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell get the 2 keys. They verify each other are the right key. Tom Cruise then, after the train crashes, Tom Cruise then gets off the train with his parachute hang glider thing, and he then escapes with the CIA agents letting him go that were chasing him the whole time, because they now realize what he's doing, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they realize one realizes what he's doing, and then the other one, Tom Cruise's character, had the chance to kill him and gave the gun back to him, and also saved his life from being pretty much decapitated on the top of the train.
Yeah, yeah. One of them was willing to like kind of look the other way more so than the other guy that was more veteran. The more veteran guy eventually lightened up. Which was kind of like stereotypical kind of like rookie and veteran kind of combo duo with this, and that was done relatively well with those 2 characters. But yeah, needless to say, Haley Atwell's character joins the Mission Impossible team. By the end of it, she's talking to the CIA guy. And yeah, now you just gotta wait for the second movie, which
Sweet.
hopefully comes out next year.
Usually, yeah, unless he gets
I want to
injured
assume
during
that they
one of the
filmed
scenes.
it all at the same time.
Yeah, but the problem is more so that
yeah.
the writer's strike and the actor's strike and
I
all
mean,
that
I would
crap.
assume they'd have filmed the whole thing at the same time.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're also pushing a lot of projects back. Like Dune got pushed, Dune Part 2 got pushed back, Marvel's got pushed back. A whole bunch of other movies have been pushed back because of this actor strike. So it's not crazy to think that that might get pushed back as well. Deadpool 3 has gotten pushed back.
Yeah.
But a whole bunch of projects that you would think would be done right now are getting pushed back to not being shown yet. And the writer strike, from what I've heard, it's going to keep going until January. It's going to keep going to the new year. So, yeah, don't expect any new movies anytime soon, except for save like a few. So we might be going back to old movies. Yeah, the ones that are slated and are kind of locked in and aren't really going to move. So, because corporations are like, yeah, we can stretch this out. We don't need you guys. You guys can be unhired for a little bit. We'll stretch out the content that we have, and we can wait a bit.
I really like the concept of especially how topical it is now, of an artificial intelligence that's sentient, but not in the way that like iRobot kind of is. But that is just behind the scenes and is now like pulling strings by manipulating people with all of their histories.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool.
It's a very nice concept, but it's also, just like iRobot, a terrifying concept if taken in the wrong direction, in the wrong hands.
Yeah, but also it's kind of somewhat rooted in reality, which can kind of be striking. I don't think we're that close, but we're not that far away from it either. So
no, we're not. We are very far away from it. We would need like massive technological advancement to have artificial intelligence get to the point where it is advanced artificial intelligence.
Well, the government has said aliens are real, so we don't know. We could go skyrocketing.
We could. Yeah. As far as the human technology that we have right now, we would need some sort of leap in like computational theory.
Yeah, I would think
completely different algorithms and stuff.
Yeah, I would think we would see it in our lifetime, but it would be mainly towards the end of our lifetime, not towards any time in the middle, if we were to see it.
Yeah,
because we still got a decent
so hopefully
ways
by
to
the time
go.
that comes around, we'll get regulations. We'll get regulations and stuff. Hopefully that'll blocked against it with all the Chat GPT stuff because
I
Chat
don't.
GPT is great and it's nice, but it's a neural network. It's a very good neural network, but it's just a language model.
I think the problem more so is
It's like
who gets.
it's like Google could talk for you.
Well, I think the problem is more so like who codes it, what morals is it based off of, if any morals? How do you line up with those? How does it take different ideas other than the ones that it was programmed with? That kind of thing needs to be done well. And kind of in this culture, it's not, I don't think that's going to happen for a decent while anyway. Maybe eventually the pendulum will somewhere swing more the other way, more towards the middle. But I think we got a decent ways for that to go before it ever gets there. It is starting to swing back, but I don't know if it's going to ever swing back enough to where we can actually see the comparable difference. All right. Thank you for watching this episode of Galactic Reviews. Join us next time when we'll be reviewing the Blue Beetle movie, and we'll see you next time on Galactic Reviews.